Oh, hello. I'm back. We're back. We're back with even more Kenshi. Where are you guys going? Where are these guys going? Here we are. Outside. Where are we? We're outside Bad Teeth. I don't fucking know where we are. We're outside Bad Teeth, where it turns out there are 3 full-size copper resources just sitting up here. Right? Look at that. Three of them. This is my new money-making spot, because like you can build up a squad and just mine the shit. There's an iron. I thought that was copper too. I was excited. Is this copper? It is. Should we send somebody over there too? Yeah, why not? They're just sitting around. We'll send Terse and Bard. Does Bard have anything on him? No. Bard and Terse. You go over here and mine this copper. That's a little bit further away, but you know. It's a lot. I've hired a lot of mans. Where's Pinchwood? There he is. I've hired a lot of folks to mine copper. I have a big crew, but we don't do anything. We don't have a base or anything. This is just a money-making operation, though we haven't actually made any money, and as you can see, we have $1,000 reduced, which isn't much. I've just like hired everybody, the last people from this town. I think. I don't think there's anybody else, and so I'm just, I'm now just trying to make money. And mining copper is an easy way to make money with like zero infrastructure. Is everything working? Yeah. I just saw the season preview for Ted Lasso, which is a hilarious and funny show. You should watch it. You probably would only watch it if you were into soccer, though. Just a guess. Benji. They're working fast over here. Come on, get a little bit closer. All right, come back. It's not really convenient to work all these resources. Maybe we should drop down a copper search. Oh, we haven't done any research, right? So the problem with Stack, right, is that Stack has no larger buildings that you can purchase. So you can't research level 2, 3, 4 in town. You can only do the smaller techs there. These two should be mining faster than they are. It's a little strange. Are you got a job? Yeah. Okay. They're jobbing it. Let's see. Let's use Alec this time. Trying to spread out the strength upgrade, Have Alec go right here. I think that works, right? It's just close enough to each one of those spots to collect all the copper. Yeah. So Stack only has small shacks that you can buy. There's nothing here except for small shacks as well. Up in the northern desert, what is it? Somewhere in the United Cities, there's like real big buildings you can buy. I've been like mulling about this idea of just like staying in towns and stuff. But I mean, you pretty much have to build a base eventually. I said somebody with a cool base. There's a capacity of cool base picks for Kenshi. Which seems weird, because, like, it's a base building game. At least partially. Yeah, like, run across the area here. The other thing is that this place seems a lot quieter than Stack. Like, did you guys go right back to work? Yeah, good. So, like, there seem to be way less baddies out here. We'll go into this bar. We'll take Griffin. Put him up here. Just trying to spread out the strength. I'm carrying it around. Doesn't really matter. There's just a bunch of people who stand around because I don't have jobs for them. One place I've been that I've never been before recently is I've been to Mongrel, which is supposedly, you know, like a morally superior place with no slaves or something. I don't know what that's about. It's hard to get to and it's dangerous because there's fogmen. And fogmen will chase you down and there's like huge packs of them. Griffin's already really fast. So I'm leaving the Kenshi Super League in case you didn't know. You know, I've listened to the fans. I'm leaving the Kenshi Super League. I don't know, whatever. I'm just playing Kenshi because I don't give a shit anymore. It's a fun game. Apparently liquor is banned on the alcohol is banned on the ISS, but I don't believe it. You shouldn't either. Wherever there are people, there are alcohol. Wherever there are people, there are alcohol. It's true. You know, beer is one of mankind's earliest inventions, right? And other rotten fruit drinks, delicious rotten fruit drinks. They're nutritious too. Everybody loves rotten fruit drinks. How did I not know that there was so much copper here? I went around like to the different cities and stuff, but there's like 4 copper veins or whatever in like a tiny little range, and nobody walks up here. There's no rebels up here. There's no scum. No scum at all. It's practically a dream come true. People are down on the river floor, but not up here. I'm gonna go down into this bar. There's probably just another one right here too, right? That I've missed. I'm probably mining 5 sources. No, maybe not. Maybe not. What's this? It's copper. It is. There's another one. What the shit? Pinchy and Centrix. No. Pinchy and Centrix. Thank you. Look at all this fucking copper I'm mining now. I'm gonna have trouble keeping up. Maybe. Someday. Perhaps. Alec is recovering from wounds. He was attacked by a bone dog. So there's nobody to recruit in here. That guy's a surgeon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have recruited everybody here. The only thing I regret not doing while I was out and about is I did not secure a backpack. I thought there was a backpack seller here, but there is not a backpack seller here. We'll have your meats. We have the meats. Yeah, it's a shame you can't buy this. That's a store, obviously. You can't buy a weapon shop. I think you can buy like these, but what's the point? You can't expand. Like, you can't buy that. What about this? You can't buy that either. Yeah, all right, never mind. You can't. Oh, you can buy that. But like researching the level 1 stuff in a room that can't be upgraded to level 2 is it's just not. It's not a good use of money. It's not a good use of money. All right, Griffin, come out here. Pin your inventory. So he's a fully an old paladin, right? As you have 2. Yabby. You can have 2. Gotta keep your strength up. Keep your strength up. Griffin. Proceed up to here. And feed these other people. Denbo. Good old Denbo. He's a true believer. That's why he carries around the book. Eric. Erek. We got some food. Gref. Get some food. He needs a med kit too, but there are no med kits in this town either. This town sucks. Unless you want to just buy meat from bars, and then it's fine. Really, really not good for anything else though. All right, Griffin, go back here. Alec, get up. Let's go shopping. Gotta get some copper. I wish there was a way I could set like Alec on a route of picking up all those. The thing I guess I could do that I'm not doing is I could build a storage, but I'd have to research it though. So I could build a shack out here on the floor. Oh, but this town doesn't have any fucking, this town doesn't have any fucking, what? How are these two so fast? These two are inferior miners to some other people, but they're working so fast. Alec, inventory. Right, so man, I wish I had a backpack right now, but it doesn't really matter because they're not working that hard. But I'd like to set up an automated sales route and stuff too, so I could really grind for the copper money, which is what I'm doing now anyways, grinding for copper money. But in the best possible situation where I got so many people mining. So I'm gonna be rich. It sucks that this town has nothing useful in it. Maybe I'll send Griffin back to Stack to make some money for us there. What are you doing, buddy? Nothing. Alright. Griffin, go to Stack. And then have fun. Hopefully you make it. He's a tough guy, Griffin, so he should make it. And meanwhile, I'll just keep collecting with Alec. Getting all those copper monies. Gonna be rich. Gonna be rich from copper. Copper exploitation. Or not. There's 4 here already. How are they so quick? They are 12s. Is the copper there so much higher quality? Is that it? That must be it. Yeah, that's a 60. Hello? That's a 20. That's a 20. That's exactly what it is. That's a 20. That's a 20. So it's because that copper is much higher yield. Okay, that's fine. It makes sense now. Here, let's stop in here. This is a weapon shop. Maybe there's a weapon design worth buying. Griffin went to go get a backpack. Alec? He's slow. He's full. He's laden with copper. Rich copper. Hello, ma'am, sir. Sorry. What do they sell here? Cleavers, huh? Cleavers and Paladin's Cross. I don't want those. In another save I was playing, I have like a shit ton of. I've been making like high level katanas. And that's nice. So this explains it. It's the yield is determined by the quality. Okay, that makes sense at least. Frequent saves though. I mean, so there's also there's more to it than that, but that's like the major thing. All right, come back here. I mean, laboring skill is also in there, right? So, today, someone? Alec, go back. I mean, the good thing about all these bars is that there's lots of places to sell copper late at night. Late night copper. All right, let's go to Griffin. We'll send you here. Did Griffin make it? Probably. Yeah, he's here. What is he doing here? Oh, he's here to buy a backpack. if at all possible. I don't even know if they sell backpacks here. That is what I sent them here for, though. Oh wait, where am I? I'm a stack. They definitely sell backpacks here, just not here. Why'd I win in the back gate? Yeah, that's all. That's trade supplies. I meant to be over here. I put them in a weird place in there, didn't I? So when I was here originally, when I left here, I've hired everyone from this town. When I left here, there were no backpacks available. Medium. Fuck. Alright, what I'm gonna do is buy these 3 and just wait. Not here though, outside. Griffin, go outside. And I'm gonna go back to this and continue the handling of this thing. This is an armor shop. This looks like it specializes in headgear to me. You shouldn't buy Heart Protector because you can research it. I guess we'll wait another day or so and see if the backpack inventory changes there. Wow, man, everybody's really slow except for those guys with the really high quality vein of copper. But we might as well do it, right? They're gonna be maxed out already. No, not quite. Yeah, look how much faster they are. So much faster. I'm gonna be the richest man in Kenshi land. Kenshi land. So the rumor mill has it that Chelsea are gonna withdraw from that Super League thing, the European Super League thing, that everyone's so horribly offended about. That I don't give a shit about. People are like, don't you want to preserve the traditions of English soccer? It's like, I don't give a shit about the traditions of English soccer. That means nothing to me. Why does it mean something to you if you're not English? And if you are English, why does the system set up by your betters years ago mean so much to you? Like, it's not your tradition. You think it is, but it's not. You're actually just you know, there's this concept, this conceit in England that like soccer's the people's game, but it's the rich man's game, and it always has been a rich man's game. It was set up by rich school teachers, you know, schoolmasters for what in the United States we would call private schools, and you know, it's not about democracy or something like that. It's a game created by the elite in which they exploit working class people and take their money. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love soccer, but that's what it is. I don't mind exploiting people for their money, for their athletic ability. I mean, yeah, people are really naive about it. This is free meat. You gotta get this. If you see a wolf pack go down and you can get to it, you should. It's free meat estate. I already put it in there, so let me sell this leather and teeth. Stop in here. It'd be nice to hold on to the leather, but we don't have any storage, so because we don't have a base. I mean, should we be building like a base up here and then? We haven't researched anything. We'd have to build houses, and I just don't see a way that it's actually viable. I'll go down this hill here. Strip this bone dog. That was just murdered. Yeah, there's a lot of things in this world that are, you know, run by rich people, and poor people are manipulated into believing it's their thing, and sport is probably chief amongst those. But don't get me wrong, I love sport. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me that rich people exploit sport for their gain. I don't care. I want to see it. I'm just like everyone else, with a less than enlightened attitude about it. I just, you know, I love sport. I love gold. Go back up the hill. There was a bone dog down there, and Alec will get eaten by a bone dog, so we're not going there. Saving the game. Griffin shouldn't get in trouble out there alone in stack. Nobody's even gonna come in there. Oh, hey, His Majesty King Horse, how are you doing? It makes sense you don't mind exploitation for money. You played Valheim, so you want to be exploited. Not so much more of a history guy. Yeah, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things with sport like where it's like somewhat, I don't know. There's a tendency to believe that interest in sport is anti-intellectual, and I don't see that as true. I think, you know, sport rewards intelligence as much as anything does. And maybe baseball is probably one of the most extreme examples of that, because, you know, baseball has always been this game that rewards smart play and tactical nuance and ability. It also has, of course, incredibly deep lore. And what's going on here? Incredibly deep lore and history. He's automatically feeding meat to the fire. That's a thing. He's not been ordered to do so. He's just really, really into it. It's like, I love cooking on the grill. I just love grilling. I'm a griller. That's what I am. I like free food. Who doesn't like free food? Sports, frankly, very intellectually based. When you play, it's easier to see how hard it is. It's true. You know, I grew up playing sports as well. I mean, who didn't play some sort of sport when they were a kid? And the smartest people in the sport, like the people more oriented around, analyzing the game, were always the most successful. Like, raw talent and ability is just never enough, right? It wasn't good enough that you were the fastest runner or something like that. The ability to see the field, for example, in American football is more important. And the same is true for basketball. You know, the guy who's like the assist leader every year has, you know, the vision and intelligence to, create scoring opportunities. And he'll do so, more than anyone else who maybe has a better arm or more strength or is faster or something like that. Don't get me wrong, physical blessings are super important, but it's not enough to be fast and strong. You gotta be smart. I could not see anything when I played football. Yeah, American football with the helmet over your face is rough. I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of baseball players are wearing really, really full coverage helmets now. It's crazy. It would have never occurred to me that they would do so like that, but they do it now. I like baseball as a game. I hate watching it on television. I can't watch NFL either, because of all the head injuries. But I like both sports a lot as games, and I had a lot of fun playing American football and baseball and basketball growing up. Like a great time. I never played organized American football, but that was like our childhood sport in my socioeconomic and geographical environment was American football. Though I played in baseball teams and basketball teams. I was never really good at them, but I enjoyed them. Basketball in particular, I played a lot. And I played intramural basketball in college. Basically pickup level basketball. That was fun too. I played with a bunch of people who were really smart, but maybe weren't the best athletes. And that made it good for me. I like hockey because they fight. Yeah, it's sanctioned too. That's crazy, right? Like that hockey, it's like, yeah, it's okay if you fight, but only the fighting guys fight. The little guys don't beat up on the little guys. Like, don't beat up on the skill skaters, but it's okay if you go and punch fighting guy number 2 on the other team. It's really weird, right? Like, there's designated punching guys and designated, like, don't touch him. Like, you're not allowed to hurt that guy. I think that's really interesting. It's like a tacit agreement they've come to like not allow players to like beat the shit out of people who are maybe not physically matched with them. It's really interesting. The face guard looks distinguished. Not everyone consents to fight. It's true. Some guys don't fight in hockey. It's just and other people know not to touch them. And if they do touch them, if they like violate the sacred hands-off oath, then those people will get the shit kicked out of them. Like, there'll be like a real fight. So, but otherwise, it's a lot of hockey fighting is ceremonial fighting, right? Like, if you get a jersey up over someone's head and they can't fight back, like, you won the fight, time to move on. Like, they don't let them kick the crap out of each other like presumably they did at one point in the old days. I don't know enough about the history of hockey to have an intelligent conversation about that, but my perception is that hockey used to be a lot more violent than it is now, and it's a lot more gamey, friendly. Like, they're not trying to kill each other when they fight. Just sexually arouse each other. Wait, what? Did I strip all these bone dogs? I feel like I missed one. Nope. I've taken all their teeth and sold them. The container should disappear if everything is stripped from the container. Yeah, it's all. So it's the next day. Is it? It's early enough, or late enough rather, that we can go check on Griffin and see if there are new backpacks for sale. We can go backpack shopping. Very exciting. Never blaspheme the goalie, even if they think they're provocative. Yeah, like, that's another thing too, right? Like, there's definitely a line about who you're allowed to fight as far as goalkeepers are concerned. That's not really a thing in soccer. In soccer, the hard man, there's always some guy in soccer who's like, he's usually a midfielder who like tackles a little bit over the top. Maybe he's actually like a genuinely violent and competitive person. And like will try to actually hurt somebody. But there's no like real barrier about like who you're allowed to foul or not. It's weird that way. But if you touch the goalkeeper, everybody's gonna be pissed. Like, it's just like, nope, don't touch the goalkeeper. All right, let's see. Do you have any new backpacks, sir? Thank you. There's fighting in baseball, but it's not sanctioned. Everybody gets in trouble when there's a fight, right? Like, it's like a serious issue. If you fucking being a player and you don't like, apologize or tip your hat, as it were, like you're in trouble. Like, that whole team is gonna be rushing each other. Then they mostly shove each other around and yell. NBA is that way too. Only mediums again, and then wooden traders backpacks. Traders backpacks will take a lot of stuff in them in stacks, but not a lot in like size. And they can't take swords or anything. They're useful though, so and they're cheap too. Maybe we buy one of those. I've never had a scavenger's basket. It's not really worth it money-wise. So we'll buy this. And then we'll leave. There's nothing else for Griffin to do here. So let's have Griffin go up behind Bad Teeth and get back with the squad. And Alec has made it to the bar to sell some copper. We're really raking it in. Like, he's broke. He's broke. Wow. Where's another shop? Oh yeah, okay. Well, we don't go to the armor shop very often. Let's go here. Dear sir, will you please buy some copper? Thank you. See, is there fighting in lacrosse? I've never really seen lacrosse. I'm like aware of how the game works. I suspect there's fighting because of the type of game it is with the rackets. Hockey allows fighting and then they're nice, humble athletes. I mean, maybe. I can't watch hockey personally because I can't see the puck. I basically have never been able to reliably see the puck. In fact, the only time I actually have been able to see the puck is when Fox, way back in the day, was doing a thing with the glowing puck, and hockey fans fucking hated it. It was like, I was like, oh great, I can see the puck now. And then they took it away because hockey fans hated it. It was like, you know, this great like way for someone who didn't really understand the game very well and couldn't really pay attention to it very well to observe the game. And they took it from us. They probably just hate new fans. You know how it is. They're like, this makes the game accessible. Let's not do that. We'll have Griffin show up near the campsite. Alex got another load of copper. It's so quick. Griffin just arrived. That was quick. He's fast. So. Tell me what you got. Nice. So I'm up to 20k. I feel rich. I'm not, but I feel rich. All right, Alec. I need you to take Griffin's backpack off of him. There you go. And then Griffin, keep one of those health kits for yourself. And then, let's see, Bard could use one. And Tourist. Those guys are over the valley. Over the valley. Over here. Fighting is good for mental health. Hockey allows, fighting is good for mental health. I'm not sure that's true. If mental health includes actual brain health, then not so much. If it's psychological health, maybe. I don't personally have the psychological need to hit on shit. Doesn't really do much for me. Not really my thing. Or get hit. Not really into that either. I know some people are into it. Just not for me. So I guess now we're just gonna be doing rounds and selling. Why don't you go in? Where have we not sold lately? This is a weapon shop, right? Oh, we haven't really been in the bakery at all. These bakeries are super lame. Like as like a prop building in places, they got like nothing in them. They don't sell any food, or barely any. Like look at that. There's 2 loaves of bread in a giant bakery. It's definitely not the hit people who are into it. Yeah, like, I feel good punching other people in the face. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do, King Horus. You're like, I really enjoy socking someone in the jaw. Yeah. The fighting sports should allow people to kick balls. That's what it should be. Not in the nuts, I mean. What's the equivalent? Like, okay, you got MMA, right? You got boxing, etc., wrestling, like Greco-Roman. So hockey allows fighting. What would be the equivalent in MMA of allowing? Will you like allow a hockey game to break out? It's totally fine. Oh, look, a hockey game is breaking out. Oh my God. Where did that stick come from? And he's not using it for violence. That's a weird fight I caught there. So that's not a vendor. I'm like exhausting all the funds in town. I'm moving so much copper. That guy's broke. I think this guy still has some money. I'm just like some sort of Holy Nation parasite now, where I just sell copper all the time. What's this guy got left? Oh, he's got a little bit. You'll be able to sell to him a couple times. They get more money every day, but I guess if you're selling enough copper, you can really saturate them. I like the idea of MMA matches where like a chess match breaks out. They're like, "Oh my god, it's suddenly chess boxing," which doesn't sound entertaining to me at all. But I guess that's some people's idea of a good time. I really like getting punched in the face and then having to make a series of highly well thought or deeply thought moves and stratagems. That's what I enjoy. Is it a round in a half a game or one boxing round? It's got to be like amongst the most exhausting things in sport, right? Because they got to keep moving, they got to swing, they got to bounce around, otherwise they're gonna get the shit kicked out of them. I mean, there's definitely a reason that boxing rounds are short, at least among the lower weights, right? The higher weights, they're just as short, but they just kind of slug on each other. It's real brutal. Oh, what the fuck is going on? This game's really buggy. Like, it's super buggy. I've seen so many bugs that are just I don't even understand how they happen. But one of the bugs that regularly happens, right, is people getting caught at the door. If counselors in Germania had a dispute, they would fight, and whoever won had their legislation passed. Yeah, that doesn't sound right at all. Legislation should win on the merits of the idea, not the physical prowess of the one who proposes it. Also, if you were a political party or faction, wouldn't you just try to find the toughest, dumbest guy and be like, "Oh, today, Todd, you're the toughest, dumbest guy. I want you to propose the following thing." And, he goes out and wins all the fights because he's Todd. And then you get your agenda through. That's some bullshit. That said, it would be enjoyable to watch some of the older members of the U.S. Congress get the shit kicked out of them. Just saying. I mean, some of them will go down real easy. I mean, how's Pelosi gonna absorb a punch to the face? She's gonna shatter like a little skeleton woman that she is. And what's his name? Mitch, the Turtle Man. Presumably, he can't actually bring his head inside of his neck, and as such, he would suffer quite a bit as well. It'd be the younger veterans, who would do well. That said, Tammy from Illinois, his name is slipping my mind. She was a combat helicopter pilot. I suspect that she wouldn't do very well though because she has two fake legs, two prostheses. So I think you could probably just sweep her legs and she'd be down. Duckworth, there you go, Yellow Swagons 420. Tammy Duckworth, even though she was, a pilot and presumably passed some sort of physical at some point, she wouldn't stand up in a fight. Maybe she could take a beating though, because she does have a history of getting seriously wounded and hurt and recovering from it, right? Because she crashed in a helicopter and was, obviously went through a lot. But there's some younger guys in Congress who look, relatively healthy and tough, so they might do okay in a sort of gladiatorial legislative combat. I don't know. I'm trying to think of specific names, but I'm not sure we'd gain a lot of quality legislation or whatever that way, but it would be entertaining for a little while. It's kind of like that, the ultimate showdown in history, right? Who is that? That's from back in the day. It was a Flash animation. I've forgotten the name of the two guys who I think they were brothers who put that stuff together, but they got Abraham Lincoln and George Washington and Indiana Jones and the Flash and Superman all fighting to the death, etc. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles might have been there. That's as old as time goes on. Probably 1,000 more American senators than I do. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know a few. I know a few congressmen and stuff. I mean, I follow politics with some persistence, and I've lived in multiple states. So I know people's names because of, I've been the constituent of more than one senator. Right now, you got Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith, because I live in Minnesota, and in the great prairie cold north. I've seen Tina Smith, and there's no way she can take a punch. But Klobuchar, yeah, Mr. Rogers won that video. You're right. Amy Klobuchar, she looks like she could really put a dude down. I mean, let's just say she has an iron jaw, right? I think she could take more than one punch to the face. Tina Smith, I'm not sure. There's all these old dudes in the House and the Senate who are like real old, and old guys cannot, after a certain age, they can't take a punch. Not that I'm going around punching old people to test that theory or anything. I'm just saying. Right, that ancient Flash animation, the ultimate showdown of whatever. I don't know. It's like a Newgrounds animation from 2005 or something. I make reference to a similar one, right? All the time. I make reference to that one about the end of the world, I think it is called, and it's this guy saying, "Okay, here we go. It's the end of the world," and it's all about national stereotypes and people launching their nuclear missiles. I always say, "But I'm tired," which is the French. All right, have a nap and then fire the missiles. We're up to $32,000 reduce. That's pretty good. I mean, there's no spot on the map that we're going to be able to make money this quickly unless we're like actually building a base. So I don't know when to leave. There's nobody else to recruit here, but we could just as well send Griffin to other cities to recruit more people. It's tough to say. Who's out there to recruit? Okay, there's probably at least one person up at Blister Hill. Maybe two. 32,000 is probably more than enough to recruit all the people in Blister Hill, right? Because there's not too many 3,000 people up there. So why don't I send Griffin up there? Griffin, report to Blister Hill. Save the game. I have not saved frequently enough. This game is, ready to catastrophically crash at all times. Excuse me, sir? Mr. Vendor, sir? Where are you? Oh, you're standing in front of your counter. Okay, sure. I mean, that keeps people from going behind it all the time. He's got a brand new fresh source of money. He's got $13,000 reduce. So Griffin's off to Blister Hill to make the real cash. There's like the 50 Presidents fight song too, but that one's not as good. And then I think it's the same guy who did most of these, though. I don't think he did the End of the World. He did the one where that is just like George Washington's song, It's like he'll save the children, but not the British children. He'll save the children, but not the British children. And he like pushes a schoolhouse off a cliff. It's pretty funny. Man, just watch those and steal people's karma. But if I were those people, I would definitely have copyright on those. I could be feeding my people. Are they hungry? Yeah, they're all pretty fucking hungry. All right, Alec, buy all this meat and this. Go to every pub and buy all the meat, all the dried meats. We have dried meats. Yes, excellent. Whenever I hear English people try to explain to Americans the why they think the Super League is so terrible, they always say, imagine if X team and X team and X team from the NBA went and started their own league. And it's like, you don't know how the NBA started. Like, you've got no clue what you're talking about. Fun fact, George Washington didn't win a single battle before the Revolution. I mean, he was like a surveyor and like a country gentleman. And I mean, he had military experience, but he wasn't like a military hero. I mean, he was just the guy they knew who had the most apolitical reputation that they believed, would be able to hold the line, as it were, because nobody amongst the founding fathers thought they were going to fight it out with the British and win. They thought that they were going to put the British in a difficult diplomatic situation and use that to their advantage. And that's more or less what did happen in the end, right? It's just that in order for that to be possible, we had to convince the French to wholeheartedly come in on our side in the war. And that took a lot of effort diplomatically. But I mean, it did happen eventually. Oh man, we're just trying to feed some people here, but we're not feeding everyone. That's unfortunate. That's all the meats distributed. We could have been, I guess, a little more even. We'll just do we'll do like a fish run or something. Get some fish in the inventory. Get some amino 9 acid fatty something others. Whatever fish are good for. And he sailed in winter, which is an insanely dangerous idea, and then didn't help France after. Yeah. Our relations soured with the French very quickly as a young nation. I think that's because the founding fathers weren't actually concerned with like idealism. They were concerned with political expediency, and it was most expedient to get our trade connections back up and going and making money. Most important, to get wealthy. And we were selling all our things to the British before the Revolution, and we sold all our things to the British after the Revolution. It wasn't until like the latter half of the 19th century that we were able to like develop an internal market large enough to like actually, satisfy our demands. Yeah, our production. Rather, to saturate production. I beg your pardon. Now, we should check on Griffin. He should be there by now. Just want to buy all the fish. All right, let's have Alex do his Jesus routine here and multiply all these fishes, and then we'll go over to Griffin, because Griffin should be safe in a town, right? He should be. Alec, Fishman. Alec the Fishman. Alright. Terrace and Bard. 2 fish apiece, gentlemen. 2 fish apiece. Don't take more than your share. Terrace. Gotta share the fish. You don't have any loaves, so don't ask. No, don't do that. You stay over there. Alec, move just a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Centris, would you like some fish? Daddy, would you like some sausage? Yes, you would. Pinch Whip. Do you like fish? Your name's Pinch Whip, so I suspect you quite like fish. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but... America's conquest was mostly playing Total War on easy mode as the Brutii. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that's easy too. But it was more about delay, and not about like outright conquest or anything. Making it politically untenable for the English to continue. Oh, and we went into a shop. That's an interesting choice. Why am I here? Oh, to see who's hireable in this environment, and to hire them. Oh, there's a backpack shop here, huh? This bar right here. It's right in front of my fucking face. This turns into like some sort of shop under certain circumstances, but... what do we got here? You look like you're hireable. How much are you charging? 3,000. Oh, that's a good deal. Do you have any skills? I don't care. It doesn't matter. Nerg. Nope, no skills. None at all. Nerg. Alright, is there anyone else in this room? No. Alright, Nerg, go stand here. Griffin, there's 2 more bars in this town. We're just getting unnecessarily big for no reason. Like there's no gain to this at all. Oh, speaking of no gain to this, I'll be right back.